I was born in Mexico City in a small village called Tepexpan. My mother brought me to this country when I was 1 year and 6 months. When I was 3 years old, unfortunately, my father passed away in prison, leaving my mother to raise 10 children on her own. By the time that I was 8 years old, I witnessed all my brothers go to prison as well, and all my sisters dropped out of school. So when I was 8 years old, I was left to care for my sister who was mentally disabled. I would cook for her, I would bathe her, I would drop her off in the bus in the morning, would have to pick her up at night. I considered Sylvia as a child to be my greatest tragedy because to me, she stole my childhood. But later on, I came to understand that the reason that she came into my life was because she was the one that would keep me off the streets. I became the only member of my family of 10 to graduate from high school, and it was because of my sister Sylvia. Later on, my mother actually remarried to a very abusive man. When I was in middle school, my mother finally decided to leave Juan, and we ended up moving into a shelter for domestic violence. I started volunteering, and I began to find healing in my giving. I said, when I grow up, I will build a home for women. I will build a home for people that have been in my situation. I realized the sacrifices of my mother. She would have calluses on her knees from bending down from cleaning toilets all day. And that is why I decided to graduate from high school, because I did not want my mother's sacrifice, her hard work, to be in vain. When I was 19 years old, we built a shelter for battered women. We provide a halfway home for men, a halfway home for women, a counseling center, a soup kitchen. When I was at a community college is when I learned of the Hispanic Scholarship Fund. So I went from a community college to SMU, where I graduated as the top student in corporate communications and public affairs. Who would have ever imagined that this kid who most people dismiss as belonging in the crack house would end up at the White House to receive the U.S. Congressional Gold Medal? Because of the investment that someone made in me, I decided to pay it forward.
How many of you are going to college, by the way? Oh, wow.
I have spoken to a little bit over 100,000 students throughout the entire country of the importance of not quitting.
Who do you think you are?
I don't quit.
That's what I'm talking about. Who do you think you are? I don't quit.
Mr. Magdaleno changed my life in a very positive way. I also had people who don't believe in me still. But I mean, like he says, we will show everybody what we can do.
If you don't take the time to know who you are, somebody else will tell you who you are.
I distinctly remember his message about the can and labels. When you look at a can, there's a label that says what's inside. And he basically made us realize that we have to find what's inside of us.
I think the greatest reward for me is to witness someone's life be changed because you believe in them.